All right, guys, we're going to take a short drive up to Leland via M22. Today I'm wearing the Islander Port Jefferson, I think it's called. Really like this colorway. So let's start off, shall we? Once we get to Leland, which is just a small town off M22 up in Leland County, near Grand Traverse, or Traverse City, if you will, we'll get out and I want to show you Fishtown, which is just kind of cool little historic area. So not sure how long this drive will take from where I started. Try to keep these videos fairly short. I mean, I could make them super long, but I don't know that anybody really wants to watch that much of me driving and rambling on. So hopefully everybody's had a good weekend. This is actually Sunday afternoon. Pretty much all morning I spent installing the wiring and the amplifier and subwoofer in my daughter's car. She's a 17-year-old, so gotta have her jams, gotta have her tunes. I don't know if you guys, when you were first starting off into your driving, if you guys were into stereos and stuff like that. I always was, and I got my son kind of into it, you know, and then now my daughter. They both love music, so they like to have their jams, and it's kind of nice to amplify the low-end sound, the subwoofer. So that's a nice thing for her to experience and have. I did it, my son did it, and now she's doing it. So I'm 22. See that sign right there? Actually, it says North 22. A really weird thing that happened. For some reason, the popularity of M22 climbed over the last, say, 10 years to the point where tourists that would come up to this area, this is a heavy tourism area, kind of where I live and around the area where I live. People were like stealing those signs, the M22 signs, to the point where they stopped replacing them, and instead, at least where I'm at, they started just writing, painting on the asphalt, M22. Anytime there's a road that comes onto this roadway, they would just paint that on the road. Can't steal that, really. So this section here, though, because you have, you know, water on the left of me, there's a lot of residences. So now this is an area where the everything's really expensive, so the wealth is pretty high here, but it's seasonal wealth. So for the most part, I don't know what the percentage is, but most of these people do not live here year-round. Most, I would say most. But there's still some full-time residents in this area, but most of these homes are second, third, fourth homes, whatever, because it is such a beautiful area. And you have Lake Michigan, and then you have all the inland lakes as well. So it is a beautiful area. So anyway, that's what I did today. I was working on my daughter's car, and I'm a little bit of a clean freak when it comes to cars, so I had to clean a bunch of stuff. I hound on her for cleaning the car too. She doesn't seem to recognize the priority of cleanliness in your environment. So that is fine. That is her path to take. But it's technically not her car. It's my car. I allow her to drive. So I have standards that I told her that I would like maintained, because it is my car and I should be able to use it, and it should be taken care of close to my standards. I obviously, she uses it most of the time. So anyway, I don't want to hound on that too much. Let's talk watches, right? So later this week, I'm heading out to San Francisco for the Worn and Wound wind-up show. I had a bunch of other people I know are going to be there as well. Hopefully you guys will be there. If you are, definitely meet up with me. Just stop me, chat, whatever. It'll be a good time for sure. I'm excited to touch base with a bunch of people that I talked to on the line, on web, and the brand owners, the brand ambassadors, all that good stuff. So super excited. I'm gonna do a better job this trip to document it. I'm gonna take more video. If the signal is good enough, I could potentially do a live stream from the show. I'll see. I'll test it. I'll try. Oftentimes what happens though, people like, go back, I want to see that, I want to see this. And I would love to capture that on the live, but the issue becomes the quality on a live stream, even with a good signal, is pretty poor, like 720-ish, 480 definition. So don't expect to have a whole lot of clarity in what you're looking at if I do the live and you want to see things. But I'll do my best. I'll try to do it. But beyond that, I hope to record the show itself and get some good pictures and video of the watches, so I can upload those later when I get back and share my experience there. I also intend to go to the Chicago wind-up show and quite possibly the New York wind-up show. I mean, why not just do it again? I did it last year. I did all 3 shows, so why not do it again, right? So you get some twisty roads along here, and the speed limit is 55. In some of these corners, you know, they're tight corners, so there's a recommended speed that you would go slower on them. But oh, tire pressure low, so I have a tire pressure low warning, so I will look into that. I'm definitely not going to ignore that, but I am going to ignore it for now. The good thing about these corners with this 2023 Civic Si is this chassis is so good. It eats them up. It does a very good job of navigating these corners, and you have the mechanical limited slip differential, so you can have pretty high exit speed because this front end really doesn't push. A lot of times front wheel drive cars will push in corners, but this chassis and this limited slip differential seem to like just handle it and grip really good. Hey, there's a nice old Ford truck right there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think it's for sale too. Alrighty, so we're getting close to the town of Leland, so there will be a reduced speed here. 35 ahead, so we're gonna go ahead and cool our jets. Don't want to have any issues with speeds. There's a time and a place to stretch the legs in a car, and this is neither. So maybe one of these days I'll take the car to probably Gingerman Raceway. It's one of my favorite tracks down in the southwest side of Michigan, south of Grand Rapids a little ways. I got a buddy of mine that I hope to video some of his cars. He's quite the Gingerman Track Pro, so maybe I'll go there with him. I know he was even there this last weekend with one of his cars. I'm not sure what he took. He may have taken his Corvette. He's got a new Corvette that I know he's logging some miles on that thing to try to get a feel for it, because that's important. If any of you guys are like car guys, you realize, I'm sure, that the more miles you put on a car, the more you drive it at all different scenarios, highway, slow, fast, whatever. That's all part of building that relationship with the car and feeling the balance of it to have better control of it. So we take a left here. This will take us right down to Fishtown. That old tree right there, you can see it's cut down now, but that is like a massive old tree. So parking is a little weird down here. I can just swing in here, I guess. I know it says do not enter, but we are off season, so I'm gonna do whatever the heck I want and just park right here. There we go. And then we can walk on down to Fishtown real quick here without looking too weird. There's a lot of noise over there. So this is historic Fish Town. There's the cheese hut, which is known for sandwiches and everything. But if we walk down through Fish Town, you got some information here. These are the iconic boats that are used for the fishing industry in Fish Town. You got a little dam waterfall there. And here's the boats. And this is the canal out to Lake Michigan. This, you can see this has all been redone here. This has all been wiped out before from massive flooding and then redone, rebuilt to keep the historic nature. Very cool area. If you're ever in northern Michigan, I strongly urge you to come to Leland and the surrounding towns up and down M22 and check them out. There's a lot of cool things to see. So thanks for joining me, guys. I'll see you on the next vid.